One of the problems we have is that the Oversight Committee can review the reports, but it can do nothing about them, see if they accept a comment on them. I mean, this Oversight Committee just receive report. It is not an appeal body. But there are certain comments, Chairman, that in relation to the investigation of alleged irregularities at 2 Wycliffe Close, Beverly Hills. This again, Chairman, is the third report in which the Prime Minister of Jamaica was named in these reports. And in none of these three reports, Chairman, has it been demonstrated that there's an act of corruption, any wrongdoing, even though in the second one, 171 pages, a number of speculative transactions were outlined. It seemed to me, when you look at this third report now, Chairman, where the Prime Minister had not involved in any of these companies, but his name is still called. And the Prime Minister is alleged, said, why is he being targeted? He's not a member of the company. He had divested himself of the shares. So why is it being brought up by the Integrity Commission, Chairman? And it worries me, Chairman, as a member of the Oversight Committee, that when you go about sending reports to Parliament, there's no indication that the member on which you're reporting is implicated in any way. Why are you doing it? And Chairman, I would ask that one matter where, in the second report, where on the Prime Minister's companies, which is now before the courts, I'm not commenting on it. But in that report, it is alleged, or it is reported, that a forensic audit was done on all of these transactions. And I think, Chairman, we should ask the Integrity Commission to let us have a copy of that report. If a forensic report was done, which is available to the Integrity Commission, which found nothing, at the very minimum, we should not only have a copy of it, but we should also ask what was the cost to the Commission. I will repeat, Chairman, again and again, that speaking for myself, and I hope I speak for everybody, we want the Integrity Commission to succeed. We want corruption to be removed from every layer in this country. But I'm a little concerned, Chairman, that we're not getting, reports that reduce the perception of corruption. We're getting reports that seem to highlight and expand and increase the perception of corruption, when, in all sincerity, one doesn't see it there. So, Chairman, I would, when the Integrity Commission comes back before us again, or its members, we need to find out from them a number of other issues, which, we keep saying at the next time. I'll give you a good example, Chairman, that members have complained to me about and want the Integrity Commission to respond to. Why is the Integrity Commission asking members to indicate the salaries of their spouse? I mean, or sometimes of their children. And you see, I don't know if this is something that is appropriate, Chairman, because I have advised the relevant member, let them know your spouse is not prepared to divulge their salary to her or him, and therefore he or she cannot so report it. And these are things, Chairman, when we get back to the legislation, we have to make it very clear what limits can be put in terms of investigation. We know, Chairman, that they ask information from banks, register of companies, the register of titles. I know that. because they brought up companies that my name has been on, which were formed in 30 years ago, which I totally forgot about. But they found it in the register of companies. So I had to close those 2 companies, which never operated. And I know of other members who have complained, Chairman. We need to find out just how far the Integrity Commission goes in terms of investigating. And the focus, there's no doubt, is on parliamentarians. And my last comment, Chairman, almost 2 years ago, in their annual report, the chairman reported that there are 6 members of parliament who are being investigated for illicit enrichment. First of all, I don't think it was appropriate to put that in the annual report. You investigate and then report. Don't report that you're investigating. That's why Section 53 was there in the Act. You don't report on your investigation. You investigate and then report. And so almost 2 years now. And then last year, we are another 2. So there are now 8 members. I don't think it is fair, Chairman, to parliamentarians that it should be there hanging out, whether the investigation is still continuing, whether 1 or 2 have been exonerated, there are no further investigation, or whether all 8 are still being investigated. Since you have reported it, let us know. And I say, Chairman, it is unfair to us, certainly to me, because I don't know if I'm being investigated. Certainly no letter come to me. But it's unfair when people in the community will look at you as a parliamentarian. Are you one of the 6 or one of the 8? And that is the reason when this law was formulated, Chairman, Section 53 specifically made it. You must not report an investigation. You must investigate and then report. So, Chairman, at an appropriate time later, in another time, we need to really ask the Integrity Commission what is the present status of these alleged 8 persons. Okay? That's my comment, Chairman.
Hi, can I stop you for a second?
Sure.
What's your name?
Dana?
And do you speak any languages?
I do.
Member Robinson.
Chairman, I just want to remind Member Chuck that the reports on the work of the Commission are in their annual report. And at this very committee, members, including myself, were critical of the Commission because we felt, given the budget that has been allocated to the Commission, we were not seeing the fruits or the effect of the work that they were doing. Now, the annual report outlines many, many things that they do. Now, obviously, the one that will attract most attention relates to what parliamentarians may be involved in, and specifically illicit enrichment. But I don't think we can categorize it as unfair when the Commission is simply reporting on its work. And when there have been previous criticisms that, given their budget of whether it's 1.2 billion or more, that, or whatever that figure is, that we haven't been seeing it. Now, the Commission has been here and they have indicated the process that they go through to notify persons who are the subject of those types of investigations, and those persons are in fact notified. And while I appreciate the anxiety and I know there is eagerness to find out a conclusion, I mean, we have to wait for them to table these reports. But I don't think we should label it as unfair when really it is part of an overall report on the collective work that they're doing on an annual basis, which we here on this oversight committee want to hold them to account, given the resources that are made available to them.